Welcome to part 5 of my Virtual Reality Development for Absolute Beginners series. If this is the first video that you're watching from my channel and something doesn't work from this video, make sure you start from the first video from my playlist and then follow along. The link to the playlist can be found below. The next thing you need to do is go to the Assets folder, which you can access by clicking the Project tab over here and clicking the Assets folder. Then as you can see, I have all these folders. What I'm going to do, I'm going to go to the right hand side and drag this so that it is in a neat list view, and then click the Samples folder and then XR Interaction Toolkit 3.0.3 and then XR Device Simulator, and then click this XR Device Simulator prefab. Grab it and then drop it into the Hierarchy tab. And boom, the XR Device Simulator has been added to our sample game scene. That's it. Now if I click this play button over here, you will be able to play your virtual reality game using the XR Device Simulator without your headset. But before that, I'm going to ask you to disable a few things so that your experience in the XR Device Simulator will be smooth. Go to the XR Origin game object over here and then click this arrow so that you can expand all its contents inside, and then also expand the camera offset game object, and then select this gaze interactor, and then go to the right hand side inspector tab and then deselect the gaze interactor. What this does is that it disables this gaze interactor game object. Next thing, go to the right controller and then select the teleport interactor and then deselect the teleport interactor, and then go to the locomotion game object and then expand it by clicking the arrow over here, and then select the turn game object and then disable it, and also select the teleportation game object and then deselect it. Alright, that's all. Now all you have to do is go to this pane over here. Now the next thing you can do is go to this game tab, select it, and then you will see a different view over here. So the scene tab is where you can view all your game objects that you create, and this is where you can also edit them and modify them and develop your game. But the game tab is where you can see what the user sees through the camera game object that you have on your hierarchy on the left hand side, and this is also where you can view your user's gameplay. Now once you're over here, right click and then click maximize so that you can see the entire screen, and then click play. And as you can see, you can play your virtual reality game without using your headset in Unity. If I move my mouse, I'm able to look to the side, I can look up, down, and then on the left hand side, all the controls for using this XR Device Simulator to play your game is listed over here. In order to move, you can use your WSAD keys. Now let me see, if I press my W key, I'm able to move forward, as you can see. S for backward, A for left, D for right, Q. Let's see, what does Q do? Oh, Q makes you go down, and E, oh, my bad. E makes you fly. Whoa. Okay, let's come back down. Now, how can I use my controllers? As you can see over here, there's something called the T and Y button. You can use them to toggle between your controllers. So if I want to use my left controller, I'm simply going to click T, and then if I move my mouse, as you can see, only the controller moves. Once you do that, you cannot look around. You have toggled to only using the controllers and not your camera, or which is also called HMD, as you can see over here, which also means your virtual reality headset. If you want to look around, all you have to do is click T again, and then as you can see, you can move around. But this time your controllers will stay stationary. I'm going to click T again so that I can use the left controller. Now if I want to use my right controller, I'm simply going to click the Y key, and as you can see, only the right controller moves. Now if I click the Y key again, it goes back to the camera mode or the HMD mode, and I can move around. Now let me try to go forwards, try to select an object over here. Now as you can see, from the side of the controller, there is a UI element that says grab. For example, I have the Oculus Quest 3 controller, and if you click the side button of this, you'll be able to grab the objects over there. But how can I grab using the XR device simulator? For that, you will need to switch to your controllers first. I'm going to press the Y button so that I have selected my right controller. And then as you can see, once I switch to the controller, there are more controls that are listed on the left-hand side pane. And as you can see over here, the G corresponds to the grab button. So if I click the G button over here while pointing a ray or the white line at this object, while holding G and then moving the controller, I can move the object. But the thing is, I cannot move around with the object because we are locked to the controller mode. This is why I highly recommend you get a virtual reality headset, because using an XR device simulator is not convenient. If you're really serious into virtual reality development, using an XR device simulator is not the way to go. All the constant switching and then like trying to move around, play around, it's very inconvenient. I understand the virtual reality headset is expensive, but the amount of time you will save by using the headset instead to test and play your games will make up for the price that you paid for your virtual reality headset, for sure. But if you would still like to develop games for virtual reality in Unity without using a headset, then here you go. This is one solution using the XR device simulator. And now if I scroll all the way up here and click the play button here, I can end playing my sample game. We have stopped playing the game, and then go here, right click, and then deselect the maximize button so that we can come back to the Unity panel. Now undo all the changes that I asked you to do before. For example, go to locomotion and then enable teleportation by selecting this, and then go to the turn game object and then enable it. Scroll up, go to the right controller game object and then select the teleport interactor and then enable it, and then scroll all the way up to the gaze interactor and then also enable it. Alright. Now scroll all the way down and delete the XR device simulator because we are no longer going to use it. Do not forget to delete this because this may cause issues if you're trying to use your virtual reality headset instead. So you can delete this. Now the next thing I'm going to show you is how to play your sample virtual reality game in your virtual reality headset without using a special link cable. Click here for the next part in this series.